Welcome back to the Hawks Sports Network. You're here watching OCAA men's basketball between your Humber Hawks and the Conestoga Condors. And we have a good one for you today as the Humber Hawks are 13-0 and the Conestoga Condors come into town. Now there's some good news and bad news for this game. The good news, Khalid Ishmael is back after missing that one game versus Fanshawe. The bad news, Daquan Cascar will miss his 5th consecutive game. Now, when you look at the standings, Humber coming into this game, my name is Kyle Dalton. With me is my broadcast partner, Matt Hamill. We have to mention that for sure.
For sure.
Now,
thunder and lightning.
Of course. When it comes to the standings, though, Humber 13-0 on the season. Conestoga Condors 0-13. The matchup looks in the favor of Humber, but Matt, I think we're expecting a little bit more of a close one here today.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely have to look out for number 4, Shaquille Gilgius-Glasgow, for the Condors. And there we get a good look at the standings. Humber right at the top, just having a phenomenal start to this campaign. Head coach Samson Downey in his first year as the head coach here, and that 13 games to start a season is the best in Humber history for a first-year head coach. So really just a red-hot Hawks team taking on the Condors, obviously having a bit of struggles. They just picked up a loss on the 19th against the Sheridan Bruins, losing by 33. So obviously the season not going the way the Condors would have wanted, but Humber is going to have to really not take any game for granted here, especially the way the Hawks have started 2019. Just been rock solid. Going to want to keep things moving along, and there you get a look at how the stats really break down. What jumps out to you, Kyle?
And it really, I think for me, it's that three-point percentage for Conestoga. It's a bit lower, not what they were probably looking for coming into this season. But you can see for Humber, the rebounding and assists is at an all-time high. So that's good for them. That really allows them to move the ball around. And that points per game really is the difference here for both these teams. And Daquan Cascar missing his 5th straight game, but it's been key players that have really stepped up in his absence. Players like Jordan Francis and Kerwin Elvis.
Yeah, I guess that's the advantage of this year's Hawks team. It really is an all-in team mentality. You get so much production from the bench. So when a guy like DQ is out of the lineup, the Hawks are still able to find the next guy to step up. Although as we head into the later stages of the season, and of course OCAA playoffs looming around the corner in late February, going to want to have the full roster. It would be nice to have Daquan Cascar back as we get a big dunk in the warm-up from Jimmy Rich. Looking forward to this game, Kyle. Should be a lot of fun.
Yes, it's going to be a good one. We're both excited about it for sure. Humber will go to Sioux next week for a 2-game set there next weekend. And then they'll come back here on the 7th of February and face off against a Niagara team, which is 10-3 on the season and 3rd place in that West Division. Humber, of course, sitting 13-0 and in 1st place. So that's going to be a tough matchup. But I'm sure they're focusing on this one and their trip down to Sioux, as we're moments away.
Yeah, here in the Nest, it's the Battle of the Birds.
Last game against Fanshawe was another Battle of the Birds as well.
Absolutely.
Humber coming away with that one 82-70 to move even farther away from Fanshawe. Fanshawe after that loss fell to 9-4. Humber obviously now 13-0, trying to keep their undefeated season alive.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, look out for number 4, Shaquille, 6th in the league in scoring, averaging 23.1 points a game. But yeah, look for Humber to really move the ball around and just take advantage of how many experienced players they have. The depth on that bench really going to be an advantage for the home team here.
Now we have the starting lineups of the Condors and then the Hawks. We'll be back right after this.
Yeah. Here we go, Kyle. Looks like we're just about to tip off and get this one going.
A good crowd here on this Thursday evening. The women's team picking up a win, getting back in the win column after a tough loss against Fanshawe last week. It'll be a good test here for Humber to not take any opponent lightly for sure.
Yeah, if there's one thing about this Hawks team, you know they've been coached to come into this game and just be ready to play. You want to have a good effort, obviously building each game throughout the season. And going to want to peak come OCs in February. Here we go.
Conestoga starting off with the ball here. Here's Shaquell with it now for the Condors. Condors trying to get something going here early on. Good defense from the Hawks. Morgan comes down with it. Through the timeline now, trying to find Fauzi for three. That's good. Fauzi Muhammad for three. He struggled last game, but starts it off with a good three there.
It's good to see Fauzi make a shot to start the game. Like you said, had a bit of out of rhythm from the line.
Only 1 of 7 from three against Fanshawe. Begins this one on a hot start. Looked like a foul there, no call. And that's Jody Brown with the easy finish.
Yeah, Kerwin Elvis hit the deck, no foul call. Kyle, Kerwin Elvis is tied for 14th all-time in Humber men's basketball scoring with 633 points. If he has a 26-point night, he would finish the evening at 11th all-time scoring. So for number 11, moving up the ranks there, and here he is at the free throw line.
Yeah, he's going to try to add to that total at the line here. He picked up 26 points. Career high in the win versus Fanshawe. Like you said, he'll try to do that again here today, because the first one is good. Hawks shot 35% from the field in the win versus Fanshawe and only shot 12%, 3 of 24 from three versus Fanshawe, so not what they were looking for sure. I'm sure head coach Samson Downey is going to try to get that three ball going here. Comes the Condors back the other way, down by 3 here. Good defense. Here's Shaquell. Backs up, jumper. That's good. Shaquell, Gilligas, Glasgow.
Tell you what a good matchup there with Shaquell and guarded by Kevin O'Toole. Shaquell was an all-rookie last season, and when you talk about excellent rookies, Kevin O'Toole really kind of jumps out at you.
And there's Fauzi Muhammad for 3, back-to-back threes for him. And you mentioned Kevin O'Toole, a lot of talk for Rookie of the Year for sure. Here's the Condors coming back here, down by 4, trying to cut into this lead. Abonze gives it up now. Finds Brown, the jumper for 3, and that's good. Jody Brown comes back with a 3 after Muhammad made one. It's a 1-point game.
And right away, you get the sense that this Condor offense is firing on all cylinders.
And 3 is dropping for both sides so far. Here's Jalen Morgan. He's going to get called for the travel. Too many steps down in the post. He had the mismatch with Graves. Gets called for the violation. Good start here for both sides. Making a few shots here. 8-7 lead just underway here in this one.
Big block there, and I guess the foul call.
Yeah, you see Morgan came in there on the help.
You know, Kyle, one thing about the Condors is they do have a fluent offensive attack. It's just they're 19th in the league in opponents' points per game. And we all know Humber can really put up some points. They have a lot of weapons. So if the Condors can let the Hawks get in a rhythm, could really spell trouble for the visiting team. They're only down by 1 right now.
Yeah, it's all about the depth for the Humber Hawks as well that comes into play. Last game, the Hawks only had 6 bench points So I'm sure the bench is going to be looking for a better game here today versus the Condors.
Second shot doesn't go for Ifanza Abanze.
Greaves now with it.
Look at these blue shoes, Kyle.
Nice and bright and goes up strong. The reverse there. That's a Bonze. Puts it in, and the Condors have their first lead of the game. It's 9-8. Francis now with it. Cross to Elvis. Back to Mohammed. Francis in the corner. Good ball movement here. Kevin O'Toole, the three. That's no good. A rebound. Greaves. A good ball movement here. That's what you want to see if you're the Hawks.
In that Fanshawe game that the Hawks had on Sunday, they didn't really get a chance to find those open shots, and you get a sense this game might be a bit different in that regard. And if a guy like Fauzi Muhammad can get going, be a good night for the Humber Hawks.
They already made 2 threes as the Condors missed on one end, and Jalen Morgan trying to push the fast break and loses control of the ball with the turnover. Condors now have it, trying to grow their lead up by 1 here. Here's Greaves now. Back to Shaquille at the top. Trying to make a move here. Good defense from O'Toole.
Real physical play from Shaquille.
And Brown on the baseline looking for the foul. Didn't get it. And he's going to be keep pleading his case, but not going to get the call.
You see Samson Downey playing the role of official there on the sideline, pointing out the toe out of bounds.
Kevin O'Toole just kept it in there on the pass from Morgan. And Morgan with a couple uncharacteristic plays here in the last couple of possessions, giving the Condors the opportunity to get the ball back, and we're going to get a few subs.
Elvis and Jordan Rose checking into the game. Looks like O'Toole and Francis going to take a bit of a rest.
Cy Samuels also checked in a bit earlier. Jordan Rose getting the task here to guard Shaquille. He's the man who runs the offense for the Condors. Here's the jumper, no good. A rebound, Morgan tipped away. Condors come up with it, but they'll throw it away, and a turnover here. Hawks ball.
You know, KD, you get the impression this could be one of those high-scoring games, and you got to love to see that.
We love some high-scoring games here at the Hawks Nest. But another turnover here, this time Mohammed. Shaquille going up, going for the reverse, no good. A rebound, that's good from Jody Brown. And the Condors extend their lead, it's 11-8. Rose now.
I've seen the Hawks offense go a bit stale here on the past few possessions.
Hasn't been the best start for them. Cy Samuels looking inside for Morgan, no good. Rebound here, that's at Bonze, and he'll bring it up the timeline.
Yeah, just a bit out of sync. Doesn't look like the Hawks are comfortable right now.
And we saw that earlier in that last game versus Fanshawe, as the Hawks bench looking for a travel there. You see Jaquan Cascard up. Kerwin Elvis now. Hawks get the ball anyway. Mohammed finds Cy Samuels at the elbow.
Fella.
Kerwin Elvis left wide open for 3. That's good. Kerwin Elvis for 3. And we're going to get a timeout here from the Condors as we have a tie game 11-11 with just over 5 minutes to go here in the first.
Yeah, that was a really good offensive possession by the Humber Hawks. Good pass by the big fella, Cy Samuels, finding Kerwin Elvis. And number 11 ties everything up here at 11.
And we mentioned the game versus Fanshawe, the last game for the Hawks. They only scored 16 points in that first quarter and really struggled from the field in that first quarter. Had a little bit trouble settling into that one, so we're kind of seeing the same story here in this game.
And obviously, anytime you start a game, you got to get your feet under you, find your rhythm. And I think that was a pretty well-placed timeout by Condors coach Matt Buckley, because you never know when the Hawks could get in a rhythm and really create some serious separation.
And you got to give credit to the Condors so far. In this one, they've kept themselves in the first quarter right now because, like you said, you don't want the Humber Hawks to extend their lead. .509 to go here in the first quarter. It's 11-11. As the Condors will inbound the ball here. Here's Greaves now. We'll run this one. Mohammed covering him, number 3 versus number 3. Greaves now over to Shaquell. The long 2, that's off the mark. Rebound, he gets it, puts it back up, looking for the foul. No good. Cy Samuels coming down with it, finding Muhammad. Muhammad look for transition here. Good transition defense here from the Condors as Muhammad now has it. Finds Cy Samuels. Good pass there from the big man into Morgan now. Looking to go to work down low, and he does just that. Jalen Morgan on the board.
Yeah, great move that time. Really just an individual effort by Morgan. And he makes good on that hook shot. Morgan
has struggled the last couple games from the field. Didn't make a 3 last game against Fanshawe for the first time this season. As a foul here, going to be on the Hawks, on Jordan Rose, number 23 for the Hawks. 13-11.
There you see on the electronic display the hashtag Bell Let's Talk. Just a great initiative creating awareness for mental health, something that the Humber Hawks have fully embraced.
That's happening on January 30th as well. Any tweet or comment on Instagram, 5 cents for each tweet. It's a great cause. As a foul there. Kerwin Elvis will go to the line. And it looks like we might have gotten a technical foul as well.
Yeah, right away when the foul was called on Jody Brown, he said something to the official. And obviously early in the first quarter, the crew wants to set the tone.
And they
see Jody having a word with Matt Buckley, or perhaps Matt Buckley having a word with Jody Brown, saying,
must have said the magic word or something. That was a pretty quick tee for Jody Brown, as Muhammad makes the penalty. 14-11.
Just the body language of what he did to the ref, I think, no matter what he said,
Kerwin Elvis to the line for 2 shots here. Jody Browning picked up that technical foul, leads the way right now with a game-high 7 points.
We mentioned Elvis has the potential to really climb up the all-time scoring rank.
He's got 7 already. 2 for 2 from the line on that trip. Back the other way. Here come the Condors. No good. Cy Samuels coming down with it. Good fast break here. Finds Francis. No good, though. Elvis trying to come up with the rebound, and the Condors pick it up, but that's what you want to see, a good fast pace from the Hawks. The 3 from Greaves. It banks it home. Greaves with the 3. Cuts the lead to 2. Hawks trying to settle down this offense right now. Francis over to Elvis in the corner for Morgan. Pump fake drives, kicks it out to Francis, the 3. That's good. Jordan Francis for 3, and the lead grows to 5.
Really, those long-range shots we've seen time and time again from both teams here.
Bonze trying to go to work here, kicks it out. The 3, that's off the mark there. And here come the Hawks back the other way. The 3 here from Morgan, that's good. And from not making a 3 against Fanshawe, comes back with his first 3 of the game, 1 for 1. And you like that confidence out of Jordan Morgan, or Jalen Morgan, I should say.
Absolutely. Morgan leads the Humber Hawks in scoring this year with 17 points a game.
Rose, the 3, that's off the mark. Rebound Sutton. And the Condors have it here, trying to cut into this lead. Coming out of the timeout, the Hawks have been in full control. Kicks it out here, Greaves now with it. Greaves now looking for a man open. He lost his dribble, finds Shaquell. Shaquell gets a screen here from Sutton. The step back on Morgan, off the mark. Great defense there from Morgan. And it's going to be an offensive foul on Jody Brown. And he's not liking the call on that one.
And again, Jody Brown motioning over to the official. You got to be careful.
He already has 1 tee, as Humber will call a timeout here with just over 2 to go here in the first. We saw some good defensive plays from Jalen Morgan. Made a big three on one end as well. Jalen with the going to work here, strong against Abonze. And then some good ball movement here. Kerwin Ellis finds Morgan.
Yeah, you said it, Kyle. Really strong move by Morgan. And again, just good passing.
And you can see the defense collapses when Morgan drives. Kicks it out there, and then Jalen Morgan coming back with a three. He's got 5 points in this one. And a good start for the Hawks. It was shaky in that first 5 minutes there, but in the last couple minutes they've picked up the pace and came up with some big shots.
Hawks have an 8-point lead as we wind into the final moments of the first quarter. Gotta like the way the Hawks have started, looking good, especially from deep, shooting very well. Condors also, though, the offense is firing, but it's a tall order. You know, you're playing the undefeated Humber Hawks. Condors obviously still looking for their first win, and it's tough because just so many weapons for Humber. And you look at that bench for the Condors, pretty lean. Not a lot of guys made the trip for the game today.
Yeah, it looks like only 4 reserves available for today's game. Humber with the full bench, except for Daquan Cascard, of course, who misses his 5th straight game. Interception here from Shaquell, and he goes in strong with the layup and puts it in. Not what the Hawks were looking for coming out of the timeout. Come up with the turnover. Here's Jimmy Rich now trying to go to work. Kicks it out, Kevin O'Toole, wide open three. That's good. Kevin O'Toole for 3 on a good pass there from Jimmy Rich. Here's Abonze now. Abonze to Sutton. Kicks it out here, inside back to Abonze. Back to Sutton, he'll take the 3 this time, that's good. Abonze responds, or excuse me, Sutton responds on the pass from Abonze. Cy Samuels with the floater, that's good, the big man.
Yeah, Cy Samuels, just good technique, taking it in there, reestablishing that 8-point lead for Humber. Shaquell
now with it. He only has 4 points so far. Sutton, he made a 3 last trip and makes another one. Tucker Sutton with the 3, back-to-back for him.
There we go.
5-point game.
Samuels, quarterback in the play from up top.
He kicks it out to Francis for 3, and both teams exchanging 3s back-to-back. It's 30-22.
High-scoring first quarter for Humber, sitting at 30 right now.
Conestoga sticking with them as well. Abonze the jumper, no good. Rebound, Elvis back the other way, trying to push the pace. He'll slow it down, kicks it to Francis for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound, Rich battling inside, gets tied up with Abonze. And Abonze will get called for the foul here, but good rebounding there from Jimmy Rich.
Jimmy Rich, a guy that plays a physical brand of basketball, really emotional too. He gives it his all on every play, and that time just fighting for the ball, draws the foul, and well-earned 2 shots coming right up.
Seen a couple back-to-back 3s. Francis hitting 1, and then Tucker Sutton with a couple back-to-back 3s for the Condors. Jimmy Rich first free throw is good. Second one no good. And here come the Condors back the other way.
Just 10 seconds to work with here.
Maybe
we'll see what they have.
Hold it for the last shot here.
Oh, great job.
Yeah, with the turnover back the other way. The reverse puts it in at the buzzer. Kevin O'Toole, you can count that one. And the Hawks lead by 11 after 1 on a great defensive play from Kevin O'Toole.
You know what, Kyle? After Kevin O'Toole turned the ball over, leading to a Condors easy bucket the other way. Pretty good redemption there at the end of the quarter for number 8. And he with a steal of his own.
Figured the Condors were going to try to hold it for that last shot, but lost control of it. Kevin O'Toole back the other way, puts it with the reverse, and extends the largest lead of the game for the Hawks. It's 11, 33-22. But Matt, what did you like out of that Humber Hawks offense in that first quarter?
Well, obviously, lots of shots made from 3-point range, so you got to like the fact that the Humber Hawks have been able to bounce back, Past couple of games, it's been tough to find those open looks, but right now the ball movement just looks fantastic, finding those open shots, and look at Fauzi, already have 7 points there in the first quarter. So I like the way things are going for Humber. Just want to see them continue that into the second quarter here.
And you mentioned about the threes as well. Humber making a lot of threes in that first quarter compared to last game where they only made three and shot 12% from three against Fanshawe. So a much better performance so far early in this game, but a good sign for Humber.
Kyle, it's our sports information crew broadcasting today on the Hawks Sports Network. Got the old gang back together for a Thursday night home game. And again, as much as we want to sing the praises of the Humber Hawks offense, an explosive first quarter, you got to tip your cap to the Condors. They made their shots, and right now their guy, reigning all-rookie Shaquell with 4 points. It's really been his shooter, Tucker Sutton, with 6 with his 2 threes.
And you have to think, if you're the Condors, you're down by 11 here, but you didn't play that bad of a first quarter. Humber came in 7 of 10 from 3 in that first quarter. Not much you can do. They're just making their shots.
This guy has 0 minutes, but 1 rebound.
Jalen Morgan goes to work. Good spin move there on Sutton, but can't finish. Jimmy Rich with the rebound, no good. Battled up there. Rich going up, it gets fouled and goes to the line as Jalen Morgan was looking to foul on him a bit earlier.
Wow, a lot to unpack there. How about that move from Jalen Morgan? Just the old spinorama, as they call it in hockey.
Goes right at Tucker Sutton there.
And then Jimmy Rich just with the first rebound, just fighting for it. Can't convert on the second chance opportunity, but there he is making his first free throw. So just gives you a little context of just what Jalen Morgan brings to the Humber Hawks here in his first season with the Hawks.
And even when he's struggling from the field in a couple games, he still brings that energy, that defensive ability as well.
Yeah, the big fella can get it done from all angles.
Shaquell now for the Condors. Good move there inside. Whoa, what a move. Step through, but great defense there. Jimmy Rich up there as well. Francis to Jimmy Rich, goes up, and good right on Tucker Sutton. And Jimmy Rich having himself a game so far.
Yeah, you see Rich taking a bit of contact, but finding a way to finish. The Hawks now lead by 15. Just a minute into the second quarter.
Greaves now. Good defense from the Hawks. Francis comes up with the interception and the jam. Jordan Francis.
Wide open look for Jordan Francis, and fans like to see that. Hawks up by 17.
It's all starting on the defensive side of the ball for the Hawks. Jordan Francis coming up with the steal. That one goes in from Sila. Kevin O2 now. Wide open, Morgan. He'll decide to drive, kicks it out to Francis. Tucker Sutton's jumping, and Francis can't make it. Rebound. Jimmy Rich going to get called for over the back there. But a good ball movement there. Jalen Morgan and Jordan Francis connecting.
Yeah, Jimmy Rich picking up the foul. Just kind of a product of the way he plays, right? It's going to be very aggressive, really physical. That time, just a little too strong on that over-the-back call. See the fans walking up there with all kinds of popcorn.
A lot of fans here at this one. Good crowd here on this Thursday evening. The Condors in town. Good defense here from the Hawks. Morgan, good pass there to Kevin O2. Goes right out of Bonze, but he comes up with the block. Meets him right at the rim. Morgan back to Francis now. Going strong with the left hand. Floats it up. No good. Rebound at Bonze. Hawks lead by 15 here. 7:40 to go. Abonze working on Kevin O'Toole, gets the mismatch and puts in with the left hand. Abonze finally on the board with 2 points. Morgan the three, that's off the mark. Rich trying to keep it in, and it's out of bounds. Conestoga ball.
I think our photographer Diego just saw his life flash before his eyes. Jimmy Rich high flying to try to keep that ball in bounds.
He's the warrior there. He's going to continue to go.
Yeah, Diego almost lost a lens there.
It's going to be a foul here. That's going to go on Trayvon Mollison. Condors trying to get back in this one, down by 13 here. Good defense from Mollison. Back the other way, Mohammed now.
It's going to slow things down here.
Kicks it out off of Shaquille. Now Hawks will regain the ball, but great defense so far. And a good energy player by Trayvon Mollison coming in, making a good defensive play.
Hawks up by 13 here.
Kerwin Elvis inbound, gets it back from Morgan to Mohammed. He's driving, gets an open lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Rich, and he puts it back in. Jimmy Rich so good on the glass.
Again, another rebound. Like you said, he's so good and just really stuck out to me so far in this game as the Hawks extend their lead to 15.
Jimmy Rich, he's that spark player that comes off the bench as well. That going up there is Abonze, and Jalen Morgan getting called for the foul. He's obviously not liking it.
See a little
consistency is, I think, the big question there for Samson Downey, head coach of the Hawks, as Jalen Morgan checks out. Abonze misses on that one. The rebound, he puts it up, and you can call the foul. The foul's going to be on Mollison, and Abonze picks up his own rebound and throws it down.
Yeah, heavy play on the rim there. Can't hear you.
Looks like Cy Samuel's going to check back in, try to get some more rebounding, as Jimmy Rich will check out. And Mollison picks up his second foul. Or excuse me, Jimmy Rich picks up his second foul. Abonze looking for the and one here, trying to cut into this lead, make it 12. No good. He gets a rebound again. This time he'll get charged for the over in the back.
I really sense the frustration right now on behalf of the Humber Hawks. Gonna maybe look for them to have a nice authoritative offensive possession here and kind of turn the tide back in their favor, because right now, especially the officiating really drawing the ire of the home team right now. Deep shot.
Deep three from Mohammed, and he's feeling it. That was long range. Fauzi Mohammed.
And you got to love those games where Fauzi gets going. He's so fun to watch. An outstanding season last year as a rookie, and really just continuing to step up here in his sophomore outing.
Back the other way come the Condors, looking for something inside, and Abonze is going to get called for the travel. And you mentioned it about Fauzi. He's that type of player where he knows that he struggled last game against Fanshawe, only shooting 1 of 7 from 3, and he's come out hot here in this one, 3 of 3 from 3.
Well, again, that Fanshawe game, just the way the Falcons were playing defense really didn't give Humber a chance to get those open looks. This game, different story. Really great passing, lots of open looks. Look for Fauzi to add to his 10 points already halfway through the second quarter.
You talked about good passing. Cy Samuels with a good dish inside to Kerwin Elvis, who misses the shot, but he'll go line for 2 shots. And the Hawks here lead by 16. Or excuse me, lead by 12, Matt.
A little quick math. Never been my forte.
Neither is I.
How'd you do in English class?
Not great either. It's more a geography guy, I think.
Oh, sure, yeah. Jim.
Yeah, Jim. Condors bring the ball back here. Here's Shaquille. Finds Greaves now. Francis gets jumping there, but he doesn't commit the foul. Inside, finds Shaquille. Can't make it. Rebound. Bounced up here. And Shaquille Gilligas puts it in. Muhammad, behind the pass. Mollison kicks it out. Elvis to Muhammad. That's another deep three. That's off the mark, just short. But that's what you want to see. Keep him shooting. 45-30, 15-point lead. The three there. Looked like Parker Mills was about to shoot that one. Instead, he will draw the foul on Jordan Francis. 15th foul. So the Condors and Parker Mills will go to the line here. Parker Mills, just a 50% free throw shooter, misses the first one there.
So right now the Hawks have kind of found this large 15-point cushion, kind of just hovering in this range. And obviously going to want to keep that for the rest of the game because the Condors do have explosive scoring. We've seen what number 4 can do. Shaquille is the real deal.
Elvis will go back to the line. And for the Condors, they're leaving a lot of free buckets when it comes to free throws.
Yeah.
They've missed their last 5, which has not allowed them to grow any momentum with empty trips.
And you know a 13-0 Hawks team isn't going to give you a whole lot of windows of opportunity. So when they do present themselves, you have to capitalize. There's Kerwin Elvis capitalizing on a free throw. Here's his second shot coming up.
Elvis has 8 points here. Second on the team, just behind Fauzi Muhammad, who has 10. Condors getting trapped here. Good defense from the Hawks. Greaves comes up with it, though. Mollison guarding Shaquille. Oh, Elvis going for the interception there and the steal.
Coming up empty-handed.
Going for the double team here. Good defense from the Hawks. Here's a Bonze going to work with the floater. No good. Rebound, Muhammad is there, and Cy Samuels is there. But Muhammad looked like he stepped out of bounds.
Just a frantic set there.
But you like that defense from the Hawks, that pressure, the double team coming from behind. It's risky, but when it comes into effect, it could be unstoppable. As the Hawks lead by 17, they're going to call a timeout here with 4:43 to go. So we're going to get a few replays here from a couple plays here. That was the big dunk earlier.
Wow, yeah.
From Francis going up strong.
Give Francis that open lane.
A good steal there.
Second look, and bam.
It all started with that steal, and Fauzi looking for a screen instead. He'll just take the long three.
Got to like that. Directing traffic, nobody really there. Just kind of playing possum, and a Curry-esque three from downtown.
That was deep, and he's got 10 so far in this one, which is tied for a game high with Kerwin Elvis. You can follow us at Humber Hawks for all your updates on all 4 platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for live updates and post-game scores. That is at Humber Hawks.
Yeah, some game day information, everything you need to know, the odd picture.
News updates.
Highlights, game highlights. We're well aware of that, Kyle. Anytime there's a big dunk, we get a little bit of airplay on the highlights. Cy Samuels charging up the floor.
Behind the back, Trayvon Mollison puts it up, no good. Rebound, Francis, and one. Jordan Francis. But that all started with the behind the back play from Cy Samuels.
Yeah, Cy Samuels, you got to be impressed at the big fella's ball handling. Takes the ball down the court, behind the back pass. Fortunately, Mollison didn't get the finish, or that was a bona fide highlight, but got to like Jordan Francis finishing with the and one.
And you mentioned it, this team doesn't mind having a guy like Cy Samuels carry up the ball once in a while, and shows exactly why there. As Francis makes good on the and one. Hawks grow their lead, their largest of the game. It's a 20-point game.
Yeah, if there's one word that sticks out to me to describe this Humber Hawks team, it's versatility. Players that can get it done in multiple aspects of the game. And then you look at that bench, there's a good play down low to the Condors. But really just a lot of weapons to work with for the Humber Hawks and a lot of multi-talented players.
That bench is deep. It looks like as well Zach Merceline is not on the bench. Looks like he's unavailable for tonight's game as well. So him and Daquan Cascard, the Euro step there from a Bonze, no good. So Cascard and Merceline both unavailable for tonight's game. Blocked there from Shaquell. And it's going to be off Molson is the call. Cy Samuels trying to plead his case. And the Condors will come up with the ball.
Again, another great pass from Samuels to Mollison, but Trevon just can't get the finish. Hawks up by 20.
Inside here, Shaquell with the easy finish on a good pass there from Abanze. 52-34, 3.5 to go here in the first half. Kevin O'Toole, Tucker Sutton on him. Kevin O'Toole goes to his right, goes up strong and one, and he flexes right on Abanze. Yeah. Kevin O'Toole.
That was a strong play. You just get the impression that Sutton can't really keep up with the speed of O'Toole, and just a great finish, drawing the harm.
And many believe, especially in the Humber organization, that Kevin O'Toole deserves that Rookie of the Year. And
oh, sure.
We got to give him some love as well, Kevin O'Toole, for Rookie of the Year. Come on.
Well, just the amount of high-energy plays he's had here in the nest. We have seen Kevin O'Toole energize this entire gymnasium with massive dunks.
He's come up with some big plays. You said it. Here he is now. Cross court to Mollison. Gets the pump fake. Steps back for three. No good. Rebound. Here come the Condors. Silla now with it. Gives it up to Shaquell.
Mollison having a bit of a tough time finishing on these offensive possessions.
Yeah, Mollison didn't pick up a point in the win over Fanshawe off the bench. That's tapped home by Shaquell.
So the Condors' ace has 9 points, leading his team.
Cy Samuels with the floater, no good. Rebound Sutton. And here comes Shaquell back the other way for the Condors, trying to cut into this lead here. They're on a 4-0 run. Greaves now for three, gets the screen. That's off the mark. Rebound Elvis. Trying to push the pace here with a couple of the defenders back. Finds O'Toole for three. That's good. Kevin O'Toole for three.
A wide open number 8. Drills that three.
Good job there by Kerwin Elvis pushing the pace. Finding Kevin O'Toole. Good defense there from Francis. And Abanze will get called for the foul. And Francis going right to the line as the Condors are in the penalty.
Kyle, we just got 2 minutes left here in the first half, and the Hawks have a 19-point lead.
2:01, you said it to go here. So far, the Hawks have been in full control of this one. And that first quarter was a little bit back and forth. Humber trying to pull away, and they've done exactly that here through almost the full first half.
Well, look, you know, you have 3 players for Humber in double digits. So right away, that's the typical Humber Hawks game. Spreading the ball around. And again, Jordan Francis leading the team with 13. Really stepping up in the absence of Daquan Cascard. Kyle, can you imagine how good things are going to be when DQ's back in the lineup?
And they miss him for sure, because that has a guy like Jordan Francis or Kerwin Elvis who needs to start instead, because if Daquan Cascard is out. And you talked about 3 players in double digits. You can add another one with Fauzi Muhammad as well. So just adds to that depth of this Humber Hawks team with 4 players in double digits, and we're not even through that first half. And we're not too sure what's wrong with Daquan Cascard. We're estimating it's an injury. He has missed the last 5 games. Zach Merceline also missing tonight's game as well. Hawks come back the other way. Salem Sadie into the game. Now he has the ball. Drives, kicks it out to Morgan for three in the corner. That's his spot. And Jalen Morgan with the three.
And it's just great passing by the Humber Hawks, and that really increases the probability that you're going to make that shot when you just get a beautiful, wide open look right back the other way. A three-pointer for Shaquell.
Shaquell has 13 now after a quiet first quarter. Inside to Francis. Kicks it back out. Morgan trying to go to work here. Loses it for a second. Gets it back. Francis, the three. Off the mark. Rebound. Kevin O'Toole, or excuse me, that's Salem Sadie comes in, but gives it up. Here's Shaquell back the other way. No good. Rebound. Mollison. Back and forth. Basketball right now. Kerwin Elvis going up. No good. Rebound to Bonze.
He just doesn't get a Bonze to bite on that fake shot. Got to give full credit to the defense there for the Condors.
Back and forth right now. Shaquell goes in, and the offensive foul. Great defense from Trayvon Mollison.
.53 seconds left here. Hawks up by 19. They've led by as much as 20. You'd like to see them finish the half strong and really quell any chance the Condors can fight back into this one.
You don't want the Condors to grab any momentum carrying over into that second half. Good move there by Morgan, but can't finish.
That's something he's shown time and time again here this evening. Just he has those moves, really tough to stop, especially a big physical guy like Morgan.
He's got 8 points in this one. A couple threes for him to go along with it. Mollison now in the corner to Sadie, kicks it back out. Here's Kerwin Elvis. Trying to drown this clock here. A three from Mollison, no good. Long rebound. Condors have it here. Shaquell going strong with the floater, pops up and in. 2 seconds left on the clock. Sadie now has it, puts it up from half court. No good, just missed it there with Salem Sadie.
Yeah, the Hawks bench was they were pretty excited to see that one go in, but
Cy
no
Samuels
go.
There. Wishing that one was going to go in. So the Hawks lead this one 60-43. And in that second quarter, it was all Humber.
And the score here,
60-43.
So the score here is 60-43, and right now we have the Shoot for Cash contest.
As we are 60-43 Hawks lead after the first half. We'll be back with second half action after this. Welcome back to the Hawks Sports Network. Hawks lead 60-43 at the end of the first half. The Hawks came out storming in that first quarter, scoring 33 points and came back with 27 in that second quarter. But it's really been that field goal percentage that has really made the difference in this one when it comes to the three-point line. The Hawks shooting 52% from three in that first half. And they've really taken advantage of some key opportunities that the Conestoga Condors have given them when it comes to turnovers.
Yeah, that's the truth, Kyle. Humber Hawks had a great first half, really moving the ball around well and converting on those open shots, and you like to see that, especially right away. Guy like Fauzi Muhammad getting going. He's the official hurrying the Hawks out of their huddle. And Fauzi will take the court here to start the second. Looking forward to seeing number 3 pick up where he left off.
Fauzi,
shooting good from deep.
Yeah, Fauzi, 3 of 4 from 3.
Gotta like it.
In that first half, very efficient. As he's covering Greaves right now, who's going to carry up the timeline. Good crowd here on this Thursday evening.
Yeah. Always love a home game in the Hawks Nest.
A lot of popcorn going around. Here's Abanze trying to go to work here down low. No good. Rebound. He comes up with it, but he'll get charged with the offensive foul. And Abanze picks up the foul. That's his third. And Matt Buckley, head coach of the Condors, can decide to leave his front court player into the game here with 3 fouls. Kevin O'Toole now with it.
Yeah, we mentioned the Condors do have their weapons, and you don't want to see them get into foul trouble. Morgan.
Morgan now going strong. Left hand looked like a foul on the shoulder. No call. And Abanze now with it. Gives it up. Back to Abanze. No good on the left hand. Comes down with it. And he's going to just throw that out of bounds. Mishandles it. But that was a pretty solid pass inside there from Jody Brown. But Abanze unable to finish.
Long inbound pass to Morgan.
Yeah, the Condors got sleeping there. Good pass there by Elvis. Kevin O'Toole left wide open for 3. That bounces around, no good. Morgan with the good rebound.
Great fight down low.
He's still looking for the call. Didn't get it, and he's going to commit a foul there in frustration. And he'll get teed up here as he waved his hand.
That's one of those frustration plays from Jalen Morgan.
Yeah, he was looking for a couple calls there on the last couple possessions.
Yeah, back to back to back, and big fella lost his cool, and now he's going to take a quick seat.
Yeah, he's got 4 fouls to go along with the foul and the technical foul. So he's only 1 away from being out of this game. So head coach Samson Downey not going to take any chance with his star forward. As the free throw there from Shaquille Gilligas-Glasgow is no good. Here comes Greaves back the other way for the Condors. They're down by 17 here. Inside, Condors trying to get something going here. Kevin O'Toole with some good defense, puts the hand up. That's no good. Oh, and Kevin O'Toole may have just tipped that in.
I think maybe he had the crossed wires situation. Forgot which net he was shooting on.
What's that? Kevin O'Toole trying to rebound. He does just that. This time, puts it in.
Kevin O'Toole's Rookie of the Year stock just plummeting right now.
A little bit of a smile there for Kevin O'Toole.
Yeah.
Good defense there from Muhammad, and we were talking about it with the Rookie of the Year.
And I hard-pressed to find a guy as deserving as that distinction as number 8. He has been just a huge part of a first-place Humber Hawks team, 13-0, and no doubt big part of that is the electrifying play of Kevin O'Toole in his first year.
He started in 8 of 14 games so far this season. It's been outstanding as Jimmy Rich will pick up the foul. Kevin O'Toole is averaging just under 12 points a game.
Looking forward to a future in the Humber Hawks basketball program with Kevin O'Toole sticking around and doing what he does best, getting the fans out of their seats.
Of course, first year CTA standout. CTA standout is Kevin O'Toole as Abanze misses another free throw. The Condors are 0 of 8 at the line in this one. And they're leaving some free points. Finally, the Condors make their first free throw. Mohammed now back the other way, 62-46, just underway here in the second half. Mohammed, the three, step back, just short. And rebound to Bonze, who will carry it up.
Samson Downey looks to the sky. I don't think he likes that take by Fauzi Muhammad.
Not very high percentage there. Muhammad just coming up with a three early in the shot clock as well. As Francis will pick up the foul on Abanze, who will go to the line here. He's been to the line 7 times, only 1 of 7.
And right now the Hawks have a comfortable lead. And again, the 13-0 Hawks coming into this game against the 0-13 Condors. But no matter what, you want to play this game strong, play that Hawk brand of basketball. And that quick shot from Fauzi, maybe not what Samson Downey wants out of his team.
Jimmy Rich with a good rebound going up.
Jimmy Rich has just been all over those boards, and it's just tenacity, you know, kind of that Russell Westbrook mentality, except Jimmy Rich has got a lot of size. When a big fella has that kind of commitment, you'd be amazed at what you can accomplish.
Jimmy Rich going up and grabbing that rebound. Turnover by the Hawks. Condors with the ball here. Far side of Greaves now. That's a three. Contested, no good. Rebound there. Come up by the Condors.
Defense here by Rich. Ooh, nice behind the back.
Oh, gives it right back. Good finish there. Abanze on a good back and forth there with Shaquille.
Yeah, that was a strong offensive possession by the Condors. We'll see if they can piggyback on that energy and try to close this gap. Right now they're down by 13.
Shaquille and Abanze with the little give and go there and an offensive foul. And it looks like it might be on Jimmy Rich. That's going to be his 4th. So some foul trouble for Jimmy Rich and Jalen Morgan, both with 4 fouls. 62-49, a timeout on the floor. Humber calling a timeout here. You can see this one move with Abanze here, and Shaquille could pass back.
And again, Kyle, that last possession by the Condors, really strong. You got to like that passing. Good finish at the net. And now just down by 13. Pardon me. Yeah, 13.
I think 13, right? Is that correct?
It's late on a school night,
late.
so yeah, have to excuse us.
But that was a good possession by the Condors. A little back and forth play there.
Yeah, but look for the Hawks to maybe try to answer with a good score of their own. And, of course, hold tight defensively the next time the Condors are attacking the hoop.
62-49. The official Humber Varsity Fan Club at Humber Hawks Nation is the official varsity fan club here.
Yeah.
They're at every Hawks home game.
Oh, they're giving out the popcorn.
The popcorn
big time
has
tonight.
Been flying around for sure.
The fans want popcorn.
They're coming in bunches for sure here tonight. For that free popcorn, as is Bonze with the jumper, no good.
And Hawks Nation is giving out free Humber swag at every game you come to. You download the official Humber Hawks app, check in every game, and you get a progressively better piece of swag. I think the entry-level item is a scarf. Pretty good this time of year.
It is a scarf. I think we've seen a couple of those.
Yeah, you work your way all the way up to the T-shirt.
Still have to make my way up.
Yeah, you know, we're here at every game, but we don't think to check in. Maybe we'll download that app right now.
Cy Samuels with it now. Kerwin Elvis. Tight pass there to Trayvon Mollison with a step around. Gives it up. Cy Samuels kicks it. Muhammad with the fake. Back to Mollison.
Mollison with a great move, but Condors did a good job closing in around him.
Late shot clock puts it up. Jimmy Rich with the rebound, puts it back up, and that's a strong move by Jimmy Rich as Samson Downey with his hands up looking for the and one.
Just another strong rebound by Jimmy Rich, and that time puts it away by himself. Hawks lead by 15.
Jimmy Rich has 14. Good rebound there. Muhammad on the miss from Brown. Muhammad straight through. Right hand floats around, and that's tipped off of Jimmy Rich and out of bounds. And the Condors get the ball back here. A couple fast possessions as Tucker Sutton will check back in. Or the next stoppage, Tucker Sutton will check back in. Abonze going strong, and what a take there. Jimmy Rich doing it on both sides of the floor here tonight.
And Jimmy Rich, another one of these guys, his first year with the Humber Hawks, and God, Kyle, I just love the way he's played all season. It's been a lot of energy and a couple of big dunks, too. I think we've seen a few of those here at the Hawks Nest. None tonight. Not a lot of open looks to the lane for Humber, but still, Jimmy Rich having a fantastic performance, grabbing rebounds. He's got 9 tonight.
Fauzi the three, no good. And Jimmy Rich only averages about 4 points a game, but that doesn't show anything of what he does on the floor with his team and the energy he brings off the bench. As Tucker Sutton the three, that's off the mark. Well short, and here comes Kerwin Elvis. Odd man rush here. Muhammad open for three. He decides to cut in here. What a pass. Cy Samuels inside. Woo. And the finish under the rim.
Yeah, great play by Fauzi and a slick finish by Cy Samuels.
Brown now kicks it inside. No good there. Sila still has it now inside. Finds Shaquell on the rim and spills out. 66-49. Shaquell Gilligas Glasgow will go to the line for 2 shots.
Shaquell has 17 points, so pretty characteristic. There's number 18 leading his team in scoring, and he's been doing that all year. Got to thank the Condors. Very young team, only one player above their second year. That's Tanoundi Sila in his 3rd year. Everybody else, rookie, second year, so Shaquell really leading the charge. His team's down by 16.
Muhammad, the three, that's good. Fauzi Muhammad, and the largest lead for the Hawks, it's 19.
You got to like that possession by Fauzi Muhammad. Had a couple of speed bumps here and there, but back-to-back really strong offensive possessions. That time, making the basket from 3.
Fauzi's got 13. Kerwin Elvis going strong to the rim, looking for a call again as Samson Downey didn't get it. Here's Shaquell now with it. Going strong on Mollison, and another offensive foul. This time a good take from Trayvon Mollison.
Yeah, but on the other end, Samson Downey really wanted to see a foul call on Kerwin Elvis, and kind of would like to as well. Kerwin's a guy that's always going to finish on that kind of drive to the hoop. That time took some contact. No foul called. Humber leads by 17.
You got to see maybe the officials are trying to let these guys play a little bit on the offensive side. But I think Samson Downey is just trying to get some more consistency out of these officials. Almost intercepted there from the Condors. Francis, the long three. That's good. Jordan Francis for 3.
Francis continues to shine here in these past couple of games.
Greaves now. A long three, that's good from Jody Brown. He's on the board, he's got 10.
Real fast-paced here these past couple of runs. And there,
back there, you said it, back the other way. Jordan Francis, and back and forth game right now. The Hawks pulled away early. And the Condors trying to get back in this one. Trying to pick up their first win of the season. No good there, rebound pops up to Greaves. Greaves now. Tucker Sutton now with it. Good cut inside. Strong play there. Parker Mills can't finish. Jordan Francis now. He'll stop. Almost thought about the three there. Almost threw it away. Muhammad, a deep three. Fauzi Muhammad, that's off the mark. Good rebound. Francis on the weak side.
Samson Downey can't believe it.
Seems like every possession he's not happy with the call, or the non-call rather. Sutton in the corner. Parker Mills, the three, that's off the mark. Rebound, Mollison. Just under 3 to go here in the third quarter. Kerwin Elvis, kick out. Muhammad, the three, that's
Bang.
good. And Fauzi Muhammad has been lights out in this one. He's got 16 points. And we're going to get a timeout from the Condors.
Kerwin Elvis with a great move down the baseline. Just a wonderful pass to Fauzi Muhammad, and he makes no mistake about it.
Fauzi has been good in this one. After a rough game against Fanshawe, only shooting 1 of 7 from threes, come out lights out. And this one, he's made 6 threes. Kerwin Elvis, you mentioned the good drive, kick out to Muhammad for the three.
One more look here. Just a dart of a pass, and Fauzi, wide open look, makes no mistake about it. First.
The Hawks will be back in action on the Hawks Sports Network on February 7th when they will host the Niagara Knights.
That's right. The Knights, a good squad from over there in Niagara.
Hawks will, of course, play a doubleheader matchup in Sault Ste. Marie next week. And then we'll come back here in a couple weeks against Niagara, which will be a good matchup. Parker Mills now with it. Goes up strong, can't finish. Sadie with the rebound. Francis to Cy Samuels. Wide open, Muhammad again for three. That's good.
Oh,
Fauzi Muhammad, this guy's heating up.
It really is one of his nights where he is dialed in from deep, and a little bit of a struggle there earlier in the third, but now Fauzi playing his kind of game. Cy Samuels with the ball.
Carrying it up. Finds Sadie for three. That's good. Salem Sadie for three, and the Hawks just keep draining them. 83-55.
Hawks are red hot, up by 28, and just extending the lead here.
And the Hawks threes have been falling today. After only making 3 against Fanshawe, they've come out lights out in this one. Cy Samuels battling down there, comes up with it, and he gets the foul.
Huffing and puffing.
Cy Samuels coming up with some good defensive plays, battling inside.
The hardest working man in showbiz, Cy Samuels, with some good work down low under his own net.
And that's going to be the 4th on Chiquel. It's a little bit of foul trouble here for Conestoga, some of their best players.
See the
first one from Samuels is no good. Samuels coming into this one, just a 20% free throw shooter. Makes that one on the second attempt as Morgan Rose and Khalil Ishmael. Khalid Ishmael will check back into this one. He did not play against Fanshawe. Was out with an injury. He's back and into this one late in the third quarter.
Here comes Morgan.
Gives it up. Muhammad, he's wide open. Oh, the bench would have gone nuts for that one. They were already up. Back the other way. Here comes Shaquille. Lost it for a second. (84-55), the largest lead for the Hawks. They're up by 29 here. Morgan. Good cut there, Muhammad, and a foul there from Parker Mills on Muhammad. Muhammad's got 19 points. It's a game high. He'll go to the line.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Fauzi taking it to the hoop, takes the foul. He'll shoot 2. He's pretty good from the free throw line. Ooh, off the glass.
Little bank
Timmy
there
Duncan
from
style.
Fauzi.
In the OCAA, you don't have to call the bank. Goes again for the bank shot.
Comes up with the rebound, tipped there from Jordan Rose. Little ball fake there with Morgan. Oh, smart move. Tips in front. Oh, man. And it looks like it's going to be an offensive foul. Hand in the face of Abonze, but what a pass there to Morgan.
That was such a good, I don't even know what exactly happened. All I know is that Fauzi did some kind of dribble,
that was pretty
created
good.
separation.
I don't even know what happened, and that was
But yeah, I think after the move, Fauzi must have kind of had the arm out, and he.
Yeah, I think that was the call, but that move was just so good.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Mind blown here at the Hawks Nest. The fans were liking that move. Abonze now with it. Morgan, hand up. Good defense. Greaves now with it. Pulls up for the jumper, and he'll go to the line on the foul from Sadie.
You know, Fauzi is one of those guys you always see here in the gym. Anytime it's open, Fauzi, you can pretty much count on him practicing, working on his moves, his dribbling. So he's a guy that's committed to the game of basketball, and good thing for the Humber Hawks. Second-year player who is shining right now, especially tonight. He's got 20 points. Fauzi and the rosters are all messed up for Conestoga. That's what the first game was saying.
As Morgan finishes that one.
Good play by Morgan, and he's been doing that all game too. Just strong finishes. He's got 10.
15 seconds to go here as a foul. It's going to be called on Humber. Looks like it's going to go to Jalen Morgan, and that's going to be his fifth, and he's going to get out of this game. He's going to foul out with 13 seconds to go here in this one, or in the third quarter, rather. Jalen Morgan fouls out.
You know, Morgan, only 10 points on the night, but he has been really an impact player this evening. So hats off to the big guy.
And Abonze has been to the line a few times,
Yeah,
the most rather,
shoes.
so far in this game. And Jalen Morgan, obviously a reciprocant of many of those fouls. He fouls out here as our first look of the game with Jerome Gale, number 9, in for the Hawks. Here's Fauzi, brings it across the timeline here. Shot clock off, 8 seconds to go. Hawks waiting for the last shot here. Fauzi, 2 seconds. A deep three. That's good. Oh, man, Fauzi Muhammad.
Right at the buzzer.
He might have been on the logo there. Fauzi Muhammad, a deep three.
And he's just been doing that all game. Outstanding play for number 3. He's got 23 on the night.
Last year's Rookie of the Year, Fauzi Muhammad with a deep three. At the buzzer, 90-58. Fauzi, oh, he might be touching that.
Yeah, how about that,
Oh,
KD?
man. That was deep in the bench, liking that one. He's way behind that line. Almost half court, right at the buzzer. Drains it 90-58. Hawks lead after 3, and you can see the crowd liking that one as well.
Yeah, you mentioned second-year player Fauzi Muhammad. It's been his night right away. Fauzi started the game with a deep shot, and none deeper than that one right there, as he's just about at half court.
You can see the bench. They knew it right away when it was going up that it had a good chance of falling with his range and the way he's playing so far in this one. – 90-58 Hawks lead at the end of 3.
Kyle, how about that three-pointer from Fauzi Muhammad? That was, what a way to end off a third quarter, and that gives the Hawks 90 points in a really high-scoring affair.
And I thought maybe he might have dished it out to Ishmael, who was in the corner wide open, but with the confidence he's playing with, there was 2 seconds on the clock. He was near that logo, that H, and I figured, why not take the big three? And he thought that as well and drained it. Nothing but net as well. Come on.
You know, there was a pickup game going on in the gym earlier this week, and I was shooting around, and it was Fauzi Muhammad and Khalid Ishmael
Now,
were
did you
in
stay
a game.
away from that
Somebody
game?
asked me if I wanted to play in their game. I said, no, thank you.
Yeah. You might have been smart on that one.
I think
I probably would have done the same thing there.
Yeah, that was a looking out for my pride on that one.
Stick to the one-on-one game, you and the net. So we got a steal there. Back the other way. Abanze now with it. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. It's been all Humber in this one. Steal there. Jordan Rose. Jerome Gale will come up with a good steal there from Jordan Rose. Mollison back to Rose. Ishmael, the three. That's good. Welcome back, Khalid Ishmael.
Great shot from deep by Ishmael. And you mentioned it, Kyle. He got the injury a couple games ago, left the game, and great to see number 12 back in action.
He's a good bench player, Khalid Ishmael. Coming off the bench and comes up with a big three as Abanze will go to the foul line here after picking up the and one. Abanze has 15 points, which is good for a second on his team with 18. Leads it is Shaquille.
Score here is 93-61. Big lead for the Hawks.
Kerwin Elvis now with it, looking for the screen from Ishmael, gets it. Little spin move, loses control of it. Here comes Shaquille back the other way, going strong. Good defense there, and the length of Ishmael coming in play.
Tell you what, Kyle, great defense. Ishmael really the last defender back, and just some great one-on-one D, finishing it off with the big block.
He's got the length, and it came into play there. Abanze, the jumper, bounces around, no good. Mollison comes down with it. Runs into his own player, though. Battling here. Kerwin Elvis in there as well, and a traveling call. This one's going to be on Shaquille. It's a little back and forth there. Shaquille and Mollison getting tied up. Both players will separate. Looks like we're going to be all right. No extra fouls, just a traveling call on Shaquille.
Yeah, as Mollison was trying to take the ball out, Elvis was trying to stay out of the way, but ironically, he was in the worst position possible.
And the big man, Jerome Gale, getting in on the three-point action as he drains that one.
6'5", fourth-year player with another shot from downtown.
We've seen him make a couple threes this season, comes up with a big one there. And good defense, gets charged with a foul, though. As Abanze will go back to the line with the N1. He's got 18.
Kyle, it's no secret that the Humber Hawks are a long-range type of team. They're number one in the province for three-pointers made per game, number one for three-point attempts per game, and I think they're going to pad that stat a little bit after tonight's effort.
So from what I read from those stats that you just said, they like shooting threes?
I believe so. I mean, I'm no analyst, but...
Well, it's showing tonight. Jerome Gale thinking about it again. This one's no good. Ishmael again, there it is. Khalid Ishmael off the bench making an impact with a couple good points and some good defensive plays. Oh, great defense there. Trayvon Mollison in on the action with the steal. Fast pace here. Ishmael the three, that's no good. Rebound comes down is Abanze. Here he is now. Around Jordan Rose, goes right at his defense, and Abanze is going to go back to the line here. He's been there a lot.
The foul is on number 24, Trayvon Mollison. First foul, number 3, team foul, number 3. Timeout,
And Conestoga, the Condors, will call a timeout here with 7:31 to go. The Hawks lead 98-63. And Matt, it has been all Hawks so far in this one.
Yeah, the second half, the Humber Hawks have really created some separation. Now, we saw the Condors were only down 13 early on, but Humber really just creating some separation, and how could you not when you're just making about every single shot from three-point range?
You can find everything when it comes to updates and all things Humber Hawks on the Humber Hawks website, humberhawks.ca.
Yeah, if you're watching the stream right now, you must have found your way to humberhawks.ca. That could be the new slogan.
Got all the stats there.
Stats.
Schedule.
Great stories. You know, you really have to give the Humber Hawks department credit for that website. Really great.
One of the best
source of information. Yeah, I would say so.
If you want to know when the next home games are, you can come out and watch the volleyball team.
Archives of previous games. Hey, even if you're an opposing team, you want to scout, you want some really good game film, it's all there on humberhawks.ca.
The place to be. On a Thursday
Friday.
night.
Friends are at the club, you know. Just go to humberhawks.ca. You have the time of your life.
If you're drinking it, or if you're the DD and you want something to do, then head on your phone and look up some scores. humberhawks.ca.
And that time, the Condors make good on the second free throw.
Samuels
sliding into
there.
first base.
A blocking foul, and that's going to be, looks like number 5 on a Bonze. And that's going to be disqualification, so he's going to be out the game. So one foul out on both sides. Jalen Morgan for the Hawks and a Bonze.
Out of bounds, and it'll be Condors ball. 7:20 left here in the final quarter of regulation. You got to think the Hawks are going to hang on to this big lead as we head to the dwindling moments of Thursday nighter.
Kevin O2 set to check back in this one on the next stoppage here. No break for some of these Hawks players, and a deep three there. That's from Shaquell, who comes up with a three. He's got 21 in this one, team high. Cy Samuels going to work here behind the rim and up and in. Cy Samuels.
How about that touch by Cy Samuels? And we've seen him do that earlier this game too. So Samuels has a fair amount of points, 7 for the big fella on the night. He's just been brilliant from down low.
He's been good off the bench for Humber. A lot of energy as well. Step back jumper here is good from Shaquell Gilligas, Glasgow. Trayvon Mollison going strong, and a good finish, good take there from Trayvon Mollison.
He gets his first bucket of the game.
And 102-70, 32-point lead for the Hawks. Shaquell gives it up here. Mills, the three off the mark. Rebound Samuels. Finds Ishmael. Just can't come up with it. High pass there from Cy Samuels.
Yeah, Khalid Ishmael, only 6'3". Maybe if he was Jerome Gale height, could have wrangled that one down. Out of bounds. And look, Kyle, the Humber Hawks have broken the century mark. And when the Hawks do that, they don't lose often. And they haven't lost often this season. Pending a win here, they will improve to 14-0 on the season. Just what an effort from this Hawks team led by first-year head coach Samson Downey. You really have to be just in awe of what the Hawks have been able to do.
And they have played a lot of the tougher teams already in the OCAA West Division. They have a tough game against Niagara. I mentioned it before in February. And then the last game of the season is going to be a tough one as well when the Hawks will visit Sheridan. for a rematch of
the big rivalry game. And we saw that here earlier this season. Just big 3 there from Kevin O2. And looking forward to that matchup against the Bruins at the end of the season. And you got to think it's a big confidence booster for the Hawks, because over the holiday break they played an exhibition game against the reigning national champions, the Seneca Sting. And the Hawks were able to take that matchup during the Christmas break this year. So things looking good for the Humber Hawks. Good time to be a Hawk fan.
As Kevin O2 misses that 3, and you mentioned that game, and against Sheridan is going to be a good one. The Niagara one will be good as well. That's at the Hawks' Nest. Kevin O2 gives it up this time, but looks like he might have stepped out of bounds there on the pass.
Yeah, it looks like he was kind of moseying over towards that popcorn machine by the Hawks Nation table, right in the left corner of your screen. I'd like to thank you for tuning in here on a Thursday night on the Hawks Sports Network. Matt Hamill, Kyle Dalton with you. Really glad you could join us. Yeah,
it's been a good one here, especially if you're a Hawks fan. Up 105-70 here. Muhammad with the ball fake. Oh, man, what a move.
Oh, just doesn't get the finish.
Tucker Sutton will come down with that one. Gives it up to Greaves here. Over to Shaquell. Behind the back move in the left hand. Up. No good, though. Rebound Greaves. That's no good. Couple easy misses here from the Condors. Comes up with it and a foul. This one's going to be on Ishmael, as Hugh Wico was in there battling.
4.5 minutes left in the fourth.
The Humber Hawks women's team also picking up a win earlier today against the Condors, getting back in the win column after picking up a tough loss against Fanshawe in their last matchup.
Yeah, the Hawks led by Leticia Lopez, who had 4 3-pointers, and that puts her at over 100 in her career in the Humber uniform. So definitely hats off to Leticia Lopez. She's been great for Humber all season, and when the Hawks can find number 10 and get her open, she makes no mistake about it.
Hawks now up by 35 here on this Thursday evening, as Jerome Gale's shot is no good. Rebound on the weak side. And it looks like it's going to go against the Condors. Or excuse me, it's going to go against Humber, against Ishmael. Hawks in the penalty, so the Condors will go right to the line here with just over 4 minutes to go in this one. The next Humber Hawks broadcast will be this Saturday at 6 and 8 when the Humber Hawks men's and women's volleyball team are back in action against Boreal. Jerome Gale in for that one, 107-72.
And then again, volleyball in action on Sunday right here on the Hawks Sports Network against Cambrian.
A couple of back-to-back games there for the women's and men's volleyball teams. There's a bucket there for the Condors.
Looking forward to calling that game on Sunday with you, Kyle. Thunder and Lightning back together again. Deep shot.
Salem Sadie for three, and it is going to be a good one. Back to the volleyball. We've had some good stretch of basketball here at the Hawks Nest as well, which has been good. Some great basketball.
Yeah, this is the final game of a long homestand. It's 3 games in a row here for the Hawks, and they've been good at home. They've been good on the road. Oh,
Fauzi looking for the maybe pass off the backboard,
alley-oop
to maybe
attempt.
Kevin O'Toole or Jerome Gale. Couldn't find his men. Here's Jerome Gale back the other way. Kevin O'Toole. Louis was going up there. The bench was getting ready. And it looks like we're going to get an unsportsmanlike call here on the Condors to go along with the foul.
I didn't quite see what the official is calling for the unsportsmanlike.
And Kevin O'Toole, he was going up to throw that down.
Oh, yeah. Now, Kevin O'Toole, that's what he does best. Again, an electrifying player who time and time again will get the fans out of their seats. There's two things that get the fans out of their seats here at the Hawks Nest. It's really good popcorn and a Kevin O'Toole slam dunk. And we're all out of popcorn.
His handshakes to some ghost down there. It's Kevin O'Toole, but we are all out of popcorn.
No, they turned that machine off, so you got to get the popcorn while it's hot. And the Hawks have been red hot all night. They got 111 points right now.
They had their largest, or the most amount of points they scored was a couple games ago against UTM when they scored 120. They're just 9 away from tying that one. And obviously 10 away from beating it, but a turnover here. Condors with the ball. 3, fake shot there, going to the line. Will be Parker Mills on the foul from Trayvon Mollison.
The foul is on number 24, Trayvon Mollison. Personal foul number 4. Trayvon Mollison, his first.
Dwayne Bowles doing the PA announcing here at the Hawks home games.
Dwayne Bowles, a graduate of the Humber College radio program. Does a great job down there on the mic.
And also the head coach of the women's softball team to go along with it.
Yeah, Mr. Everything for the Humber Hawks athletics department. Ooh, as Mollison.
Hard foul there from Parker Mills. And that's going to be his number 5 on Parker Mills. So he's out of this game, as well as a Bonze for the Condors. As you can see there, both head coaches having a little chat.
And we mentioned the Condors, not a very deep bench this afternoon, and with a couple players fouling out. Got to be careful here.
2 of their 4 reserves have been disqualified for, or foul it out, I should say. Sadie with a 3, that's no good. Jerome Gale with the rebound, into the corner. Jordan Rose, the 3, that's good. Jordan Rose, he's got 5 on this game. Intercepted there. Here's Trayvon Mollison. They can jam, and he throws it down. The bench liking that one.
Trayvon Mollison, wide open look here at the end of the game, and a massive dunk.
Players just throwing up shots right now as we're just, or almost over this one. A deep 3 there, that's off the mark. Rebound coming up with it. It's the Condors, gives it up. Tucker Sutton with the ball fake. Inside to Mills, no good. Jerome Gale battling for it, kept alive, no. The Condors out of bounds. 116-75.
Heads up play by Tucker Sutton with the fake shot, creating some space. And a great pass to Jody Brown, but Brown can't finish at the net. And Brown's got to be careful. He's got 4 fouls, one of those being a technical earlier in the game.
3 there, that's off the mark. Trayvon Mollison, who had that big dunk just moments ago. Can't keep that one in. Condors have the ball here, 1:27 to go. It's been all Humber since the very beginning. It was 11-11, and since then the Humber called a timeout and have really taken control of this game. Condors trying to get something going here. Good move there from Silla, no good. Here's Ishmael goes up. Tucker Sutton with good defense, kicked out. Sadie over to Ishmael, the three. That's off the mark. Rebound, Silla. And he'll give it up here. 1 minute to go. Dwayne Bowles making the call.
41-point lead for the Humber Hawks. And they got to be happy in the dying seconds of this game.
Silla, the three. That's off the mark. Rebound, Sadie finds Gale. Can't come up with it. Back the other way. Tucker Sutton now goes up. Sadie with the defense there. As all the starters are on the bench for the Hawks. And they will pick up their 14th straight win in the regular season this year. As Trayvon Molson gets fouled. And they will improve to 14-0 for the Condors. They'll go to 0-14 on the season. As Brown will also foul out with his fifth.
And the Condors looking for an eligible player to put in.
And you mentioned it just before that about the amount of players they may have left, and it looks like they will have someone come into this game.
The last samurai.
Yeah. Good thing there's only 19 seconds to go in this one, though. That's Trayvon Molson to the line. He gets that one, and a good performance from the Humber Hawks. All players picking up points in this one for Humber, and that's what you like to see, that depth coming into factor.
No, I'll tell you what, I like the performance from both teams. We talked about right off the intro to the broadcast, the Condors have offensive scoring ability, and we saw that in spades tonight. Some good moves, but again, just the overall team effort of the Hawks. A bit too much to handle. And a final shot there, air ball.
And that's going to do it. The Hawks will win this one 118-77. And the Hawks will pick up, like I just mentioned, their 14th win in a row and improve to 14-0 on the season and remain the only undefeated team left in the OCAA. And it was an all-around perfect performance from the Hawks.
And how about this, Kyle? The player of the game, as chosen by Hawks Nation, is number 3, Fauzi Muhammad, with an outstanding performance. Right away, setting the tone and just remaining strong pretty well through the entire game.
And Fauzi struggled last game, only 1 of 7 from 3.
There's
bounced
the famed
back with a lot of big threes in this one and taking control of the game.
Yeah, you said it, partner.
So the Hawks win this one 118-77 for my broadcast partner, Matt Hamill. I'm Kyle Dalton. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Saturday night.